right. Well, we have a little bit of a snafu going on here. There we go. This is great. We'll be right there, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the big question. How are entrepreneurs like us, who have been hustling and struggling to make it to success, who seem to make it one step forward only to fall two steps back, who are dedicated, determined, and driven, how do we finally break through and win? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Brian Kelly, and this is the Mind, Body, Business Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mind, Body, Business Show. We have a phenomenal show lined up for you tonight. Amazing young woman named Nieto is coming on very, very soon, I promise, and you're going to love her because she is going to bring immense value to you tonight. So hang on with us. The Mind, Body, Business Show. What is that all about? It is about what I call the 3 pillars of success. And in my now 57 years on this planet, I began studying in the last decade or so only successful people. I wanted to find out what it was. What was that secret sauce that they had that made them more successful than me? And what I found was interesting because the same things kept bubbling up to the top over and over and over again, patterns. And what they were you can probably guess what they were. They are the 3 parts of the name of this very show. So mind was mindset. Each and every one of these successful individuals had a very positive and powerful, yet even more importantly, flexible mindset. And that is truly the cornerstone, the foundation of one's success, or dare I say, even their lack of success. And then body. To a person, each and every one of these individuals also took great care of their body. And that meant from both the inside and the outside. So from the inside being through nutrition and the outside through physical exercise. And that's why we have Nieto here today. That is her specialty. She's going to wow us with some phenomenal value and fantastic things. All right, we're doing good now. And so we're going to bring her on in just a little bit. And that is the greatest thing is to take care of your body. And one of the things I love to say all the time is the mind and body are a team. More importantly, the mind and body are your team. And so if you have a team, say, of 5 players playing, it doesn't matter what sport. Let's just pick one. It's basketball. And let's say one of those players was not operating at a peak level of performance. Maybe they didn't practice in the off season. Maybe they didn't run their sprints and they're out of wind after going up the court a couple of times. So if one member of a team doesn't operate at their highest level of performance, then what happens to the team as a whole? You guessed it, it suffers. And so the mind and body both need to be addressed and taken care of constantly. And there are great tools and techniques for you to do that in each area, mindset and in body. And again, Nieto is going to give us all the juicy stuff, especially when it comes to the body. And I'm sure she has a phenomenal mindset as well. And then business. The third key was that each of these individuals had mastered the skill sets that are necessary to build, maintain, and then even grow a successful business. And these skill sets, there are many of them. And look, to master anything in life takes quite some time. I mean, to become an expert at something, I've read it takes on average of 10,000 hours of doing that one thing before you become an expert. That's the same as mastering something. So there are skill sets that need to be mastered. Things like sales, marketing, team building, leadership. I could go on forever. There's many skill sets that one must master to build a thriving business. The good news, though, is that you personally don't have to or need to master every single one of those. And there are many more beyond what I just said. In fact, you only need to master one. And one of those was one that I mentioned in that short list, and that is the skill set of leadership. Once you've mastered that skill set, you now have the tools you need to now bring in those people who have mastered those skill sets that you have yet to master yourself. And let's face it, there's not enough time for any human being on this planet, in my humble opinion, to master them all. So leadership is way up there. And another wonderful attribute of very successful people is that to a person, they are also avid readers of books. And with that, I'd like to segue over into a little segment I affectionately call bookmarks.
Bookmarks. Born to read. Bookmarks. Ready, steady, read. Bookmarks. Brought to you by reachyourpeaklibrary.com.
Yeah, there you see reachyourpeaklibrary.com coming to you really soon. There it is. And that is a website that I literally had built with you in mind, the entrepreneur, the success, the person looking to take it to the next level in their business and perhaps even in their life. And what happened was I myself was not a voracious reader of books until about 10 years ago at the age of 47. That's when I discovered this wonderful thing called Audible. And that was a game changer for me. So I began listening to books, and I listened to a lot in a short period of time. And what happened over that period of time is I began cataloging all of those that had a profound impact on either myself or my business or even both. And I collected them into a list and had this website built for you. I know that sounds cheesy. That's the only reason this was built. This is not built for me. I've read these books and I vet these. These are only the books that I read that had profound impact. Not every book I've ever read is on here. The good thing is all you have to do is look at this list, pick out the first book that resonates with you. You don't need to look at every single one on the list. Just take action and get it and read it. Now, look, this is not here to make money for me. That is not the intent of this site. I'll make a few pennies because it goes to Amazon. And I think if anyone's done that before, they know that pennies is exactly how much you make if it's a book. Again, it's not about making money. This is a list I compiled so that you would have a resource to go to and you wouldn't have to hunt and peck for a long period of time, not knowing whether or not the next book you pick up is one that you should spend your time reading. So this is here to help you to at least know that one other successful person has vetted these books and you have something you can go to for your library. They're not in any particular order. They're not even in alphabetical order. So they're there. I threw them in there as I read them and thought, wow, I got great impact from that. So I'm going to include that. So that is there for you. You know who else is here for you? I'm so excited. You know who else is here for you? Yes, it's our special guest expert, Ana Nieto. Let's bring her on right now.
It's time for the Guest Expert Spotlight. Savvy, skillful, professional, adept, trained, big league, qualified.
And there she is, ladies and gentlemen. It is the one. It is the only. Ana Nieto. Welcome to the show, Ana. How are you doing tonight? Oh, we don't have microphone. We need the audio. Yeah, we were experiencing a little bit of change. And anytime you're ready to test, just blurt it out, Ana. I know that we were having some issues getting you hooked up right before the show. Still no audio. I know we're going to get this going. I know it. I have faith in Ana. She is an amazing, amazing young lady. And what I'll do right before we bring Ana on, like officially and formally, is I want to do a little housekeeping while Ana's looking at her microphone settings. And we're having so much fun trying to get this working. It was quite a lot of fun in the back room prior to coming on the show, having some technical difficulties. So what I want to do is do a little housekeeping and talk about our advertisers real quick. So we have the biginsidersecrets.com. You see them in the upper right of this screen, right above Ana's left shoulder. And they are the ones who sponsor us. And every single show, we are given the ability to give away a five-night vacation stay at a 5-star luxury resort. Man, I'm tongue twisted tonight for anyone everyone has the opportunity to do that. For anyone who stays on till the end of this live show, we'll give you that information at the end. So stick with us to the end because only people here during the live show will get that opportunity. How you doing, Anna? Is your microphone working? Say something real quick. Still no volume on the microphone. We'll keep working that if you can. We'll get through this segment. We'll introduce you. If we still have an issue, we'll just reschedule because that's how we roll. We're flexible, right? We can make this happen. It's all good because I want everyone out there to be able to experience this young lady fully, like without distraction. Both of us, me included, are a little distracted because we're dealing with some technical issues. This stuff happens. It's okay. It's okay. Life will continue to go on, and we'll get, if we need to, we'll get Anna back on to this show very, very soon, within the next week or two. And so you'll be able to see her then if we don't get this resolved right now. But I'm going to go ahead and keep moving with the show up to the point where we'll say either it's a go or a no-go. How does that sound? This is a lesson in its own right, isn't it, Anna? With business, being flexible, just going with it. It's okay. Things happen. This is what happens in business every single day, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Not tech issues, but issues. And that's why entrepreneurs are so amazing, like Anna, because they're problem solvers. That's what we're here to do. If we don't get this problem solved right now, it will get solved, and we'll have her on the show again if we don't get it solved. But real quick, again, that is thebiginsidersecrets.com. And then we have another one I'd like to introduce you to just for a moment. If you're struggling with putting a live show together and it's overwhelming and you want a lot of the processes done for you while still enabling you to put on a high quality show and connect with great people like Anna and grow your business all at the same time, then head on over to carpetbombmarketing.com. Carpet Bomb Marketing, saturate the marketplace with your message. And one more is StreamYard. It's one of the key components that is contained in the Carpet Bomb Marketing system, is one that you'll learn how to absolutely master. And it's the very service we use to stream our live shows right here, right now on the Mind Body Business Show. And just an aside, they are phenomenal. With these issues we were experiencing right before the show, there was a live chat representative waiting for us. They were there. They're there all the time waiting for any issues that arise with anyone who's broadcasting, and did their best to help us through the issues. We came really close to finding it. We may have found it by the time I get done yakking here, but we will get that figured out here in a moment. But that's one thing about StreamYard. It's phenomenal. They got great support. It's a phenomenal tool. The issue we are going through right now is not a StreamYard issue. It is a different issue. And so I just want to point that out. It is one of the most amazing tools I've used, because over the past 10 years or so, almost 10 years, I've tried so many of these TV studio solutions for live streaming. And StreamYard, I'm here to tell you, is the best of the best. It combines supreme ease of use along with unmatched functionality. And you can start streaming high quality, professional looking live shows for free. You can actually use this for free with StreamYard now. And what you want to do is visit the website you see on that screen. Don't do that now. Hang with us. Write this stuff down. Take notes. Don't click away. You want to write down ryp.im/stream live. ryp.im/stream live. We're going to bring Anna back on and see if we can hear this phenomenal young lady. Here we go.
Hopefully you can hear me now.
We have sound. Yes.
Have sound. Amazing.
Great job. Oh, I love it. See, I knew it. I told you we were going to make this happen. That's fantastic. And you were there like a trooper the whole way.
You're amazing. Thank you for your patience, Brian.
Oh, goodness. Right back at you. I mean, many people could have gotten flustered and just throw up their arms, and you held the course, and it's a testimony to you. And I want everyone to know that's a testimony to how Anna would then treat you if you become her client. She's going to do it with patience. She's going to do it and continue to go through and get the solution you came to her for, no matter what. That's what she just did tonight, and it was to be on a live show. So it's just telling of the kind of person you are, Anna, and I appreciate that dearly, and I want people to know that.
Thank you for saying that. I do appreciate that, because my motto is I love technology, right? Because these days we have to be so good at it, and unfortunately it's never been my expertise. So I do try to stay calm and, just roll with the punches, and then it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And then finally here we are. So yeah, thank you.
We made it. It's awesome. And there's this little chat bubble that keeps getting my way now that I hailed support. I can't get rid of it, and it's getting in the way. That's all right. So what I want to do, Anna, is now give you a formal introduction that you deserve, and let everyone know what an amazing person you are. And then we're going to get into the good stuff. I call it the juice of what makes Anna so darn successful. So here we go. Anna is a trained nurse, personal trainer. I love that. I used to be that. Nutrition specialist, health and wellness international certified health coach, and the creator of the Mindful Online Workouts and Mindful Online Gym. Right down my alley. I had the same, interestingly, a similar concept. I don't know, but I can't say the same because there's no way it was the same. She has worked in the health and wellness field for more than 20 years. Remember, I was talking about experts and mastering. We got one right here. We got the expert right here. 20 years. She started in New York, where she co-founded a personal training studio in Manhattan. I love Manhattan. She has also managed and started farmers markets, both in New York and San Diego, as part of her mission to create sustainable communities. Anna's new business model incorporates much more than personal training and is geared toward helping you transform not only how you look and feel, but also to transform how you relate to life itself. Ooh, baby. So that makes you so unique amongst what I would call the general personal trainer, because everything there, it's different. You go above and beyond, and that is phenomenal. And the online model, of course, today is more needed than ever due to all the little lockdowns and stuff that's going on. And so one of the things I love about reading a bio like that, Anna, is like we all get to learn a little bit about you, to peel back the onion, so to speak, and find out what makes you tick. But what I like to do is go a little deeper. And like I opened the show, the Mind Body Business Show, it's mindset. To me, that is the foundation and cornerstone of our success or lack thereof. And what I'd like to ask you, Anna, you've achieved success. You've gotten through this pandemic. You're crushing it. You're doing a phenomenal job. But for you, when you get up every morning, I mean, just like we had just a moment ago, we had issues every day. We are faced with issues, and we're used to that, and we just solve them and move on. But for you, when you get up in the morning, what keeps you going? What is motivating you? What is going on in that beautiful brain of yours when you wake up and say, I've got another day ahead of me. I'm going to take care of all the arduous tasks. I'm going to take care of my clients, and I'm just going to crush it. What is going on in your wonderful brain that keeps you going so positively and so strongly each and every day?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's not always been like this, right? For me, anyways. But yeah, I mean, I love the feeling of the sun in the ocean, and that's why I live here in beautiful San Diego. So on a personal note, I'll say, just being alive and living close to nature is wonderful. But in regards to business, it's making a difference in people's life. I've never been a morning person. Although I became a morning person when I moved to California from the East Coast. It seems like the 3 hours difference, getting up earlier, it made a big difference in my life. But I mean, I have to say that I found that getting up in the morning now, knowing that I'm going to have a few people in my classes, or I'm going to have a private, and even though it's early and I'm going to make a difference in their lives, it just motivates me, and it keeps me going. When you get those notes from clients, just saying what you've done, even though I feel like it's very simple, it's changed my life in this way. All those different notes and messages and things that I hear constantly, and even when I'm feeling, like we all do sometimes, like you want to give up as an entrepreneur. We have so many things that we have to handle, and obviously the overwhelm is there. But I keep going and I keep motivated because I see people changing their lives in very, very good ways, improving their health. And last year was an amazing experience for me because I have been doing online training for 8 years now. I started when I moved to San Diego from New York on Skype at that time because Zoom was not even happening, right? So I had a system, I had a method, I had a way of training or working with people that was very helpful. I didn't have to scramble around, to try to figure anything. But I already had a system that could continue help people be healthy, exercise, do some nutritional practices, even some mindset practices, as you said, and meditation that, unfortunately, other trainers, other people in the industry didn't have. So I was able to, yes, grow the business in that way because people felt very safe, that there was already a structure, there was a way to do things that they could understand and follow. So yeah, that's been my motivation. I mean, I have to say, I've gone through the struggles probably like everybody else personally, and professionally, it's been quite an amazing year and amazing growth in many ways. So yeah.
I love the positive spin on everything, and I'm already taking notes myself, and so I want to just point that out to folks that are listening that I don't ever tell people to do things I would by myself would not do.
Uh-huh.
And here I'm running the show, I'm interviewing. I do this every show. I love it, but it helps me to stay on track because I want you to shine, and that's my job, is to help you to shine as much as you can. All you have to do is do what you've already done just a moment ago, and you're shining already. I mean, my gosh, online training for 8 years. That goes back beyond when I started. I started right around that time, right around 8 years ago. Excuse me. And when you said you have a system, oh my gosh, my everything lit up in my whole being, because how important is it for a business to have systems in place?
Yes.
I mean, it's hugely important. And you just hit one of the nails on the head. And I hope everyone's writing notes as well, that systems are huge. That if you don't, oh, who was it? Michael Gerber. Michael Gerber said, I believe it was in the E-Myth Revisited, he said, if you don't have systems in your business, then you have no business. And I was like, wow, right between the eyes. That got me when he did that. So, so many golden nuggets already. And then you add mindset by throwing in meditation. It's phenomenal. I threw in NLP and hypnosis. So the whole thing is, like I said in the beginning, the mind and body are a team. If the mind isn't willing, the body's not going to follow. And that's why most people on New Year's make that resolution. They go to the gym for the first 2 times, they get sore, and then they quit. And that's not because their body is failing them, it's because their mind is failing them and not helping them to get where they know is best for them. So, wow, so many parallels here. This is already phenomenal.
Yeah, I love what you said too, because I mean, I was thinking when you talk about systems, and I was thinking the word, I am obsessed about systems, but almost I am. I mean, I'm creating an administrative system, a marketing system, a financial system, a sales system, so my business can run, in a way that is smooth and it's automatic. And I've been aware of these concepts for many years, but I'm really implementing them now. Like, that is really what is happening, and I'm seeing the difference tremendously. And yeah, to your point of psychology, I think it's so important. I've been listening a lot lately to Joe Dispenza, and he talks about how changing our personal reality changes our personality, right? And applying that idea, which for most people is the hardest thing. And I just wrote a blog about this. They can exercise, they can do the nutrition piece. Exercise easier, right? Nutrition a little harder. And then the mindset piece, the part of really not allowing the monkey mind to get you into that place of not doing the things that you're supposed to do. Is this the one that most people don't want to look at, or is the hardest, right? And is the most important, as you well said. I am 100% with you on that, and that's what I try to transmit, obviously, to the people that I work with and the people that I know. But it's always the challenge.
Yeah, and it permeates everything. It's not just their fitness, it's their happiness, it's their business, it's their personal relationships. Mindset drives everything. Every result we have in our lives is all driven by what's going up in between our ears. Hey, Eric Swanson, thanks for coming on. He said, awesome. And you rock, Eric, Mr. Awesome Swanson. All right, you rock too, Eric. Thanks so much for coming on. I see you all over the place. This guy is amazing. And yeah, and please, for those of you that are watching and listening, go ahead, say hi. Let us know you're here. We want to allow you to interact and ask Anna questions. No problem. We love interaction. It's a fun platform to be on. And so, yeah, Anna, you're saying all of the things that are just resonating true, because, look, even you said it, you weren't doing systems like regularly until recently. And now you're all over it. And that's the thing. A lot of people won't start right away. And that's okay. We're building our business. We're doing other things that are helping us get there. Systems become really important when you start building a team, for sure, because now you need to have things that you used to do. You want someone else to do it. You want them to do it correctly. So if you don't have a system in place that shows them and trains them, then it's going to be difficult. They're going to be taking a lot of your personal time. And so I'm a huge advocate of automation. Oh my goodness. In fact, I had a former guest expert who came on here. She coined me the automation master. And I said, oh, I like that. I'm going to stick with that. So there you go. Now I can say I didn't coin that. So someone else did. But yeah, I so resonate with systems and yeah, in a safe place. That's another good thing. You know, when they're doing online workouts, they're at home or they're at a place of their choosing, regardless. They're not in a gym where, especially if you're a woman, you're wondering what guy is looking at you in the wrong way and things that go, you know, I've seen it. I've had buddies pointing stuff out. I'm like, stop it. We're here to work out. This isn't a meat market. Knock it off. So that's good. The online model is very good for that too. Plus, think about it. I know you've thought about this, Anna, but how far is the trip to the shower once you get done? Are you taking a shower in a public shower in a gym, or are you in your own home? And how far was that commute from your bedroom to the living room where you turn on the TV or the internet and watch Anna and follow her? You know, all that. It's awesome because you save them a ton of time, a ton of anguish, and they're safe. I love the model. It's a perfect model.
Correct. It's very convenient and it's really sustainable way to exercise, you know. And the method of training that I practice also is more mindful, hence the name, right? So instead of trying to get outside of your body, like people go to the gym sometimes and they are more interested in other people, as you said, or they are more interested in, you know, watching the TV and the news at the same time that they are exercising, which to me actually is a bit crazy, really. You know, I try to help people to get into their body and really feel part of their body that they're working at each time and be very connected with that. So once, you know, when they're in their house, when they're by themselves, and even if they're with somebody else, you know, the allowance of that is actually, I think, a little higher. Or you can do this also in a studio, right? But the convenience of that, obviously, you don't have. And then we do group classes. So there's also the camaraderie of people seeing each other, you know, every week, and they get to know their names, and the energy of the group also, I think, is palpable when people are doing the group as opposed to the private. So yeah, very, very rewarding, and it works really efficiently as well, which was very surprising. If you would have asked me when I started this, you know, being a personal trainer 20 years ago, I was going to be doing only online training, I would have said, you're crazy. And, you know, here I am. So
there is a ton to be said about the group setting, because I had clients that would make comments like, I miss going to the gym. I miss the energy of having other people around. I was like, wow, that's interesting. And I could resonate because I was a former gym rat. I was in there all the time working out. And then when I worked out at home, like, yeah, that does feel like there's something missing. You don't feel as, I don't know, as motivated for some reason. So doing it with group on whatever you're using, Zoom or Skype, probably Zoom, right? And
yeah, nice. Yeah, I started with the Skype. Now it's definitely Zoom. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they can see each other, and you feed off of each other, and you help each other, you lift each other without saying a word, because you're all in it together, doing the same thing for usually the same reason. It's just to feel better and to live a better life, and then ultimately look better. I hope that they're going for the feel better first, because that's where a lot of people also make a mistake. I just want to look better. Well, that's going to take a while. So just get to being feeling better and then as you do that, you'll look better. It just takes a while for those pounds to shed and all that other stuff that happens.
Exactly.
This is phenomenal. So I was talking about books in the beginning with the Reach Your Peak Library, and I was curious. I have a feeling I know the answer to this, being an astute entrepreneur that you are. But would you consider yourself to be an avid reader? And if so, what book are you reading right now? Or is there a book that's just a favorite that you love talking about and want to tell people about?
Yeah, an avid reader. Well, I think I am, but one thing that I normally do that might be a little different than most people, and I've talked to friends about this, and some of them do the same thing that I do, is that I'm reading usually a few books at the same time. So I have 3 books that I'm reading right now, and it depends on what kind of mood, you know, I am. Like if I want something that is more fiction and I don't have to think as much, that's what I'm reading. You know, I'm reading Open, Andrea Agassi story. It's a really excellent book. It's very entertaining, but also it kind of motivated me to start playing tennis back again. So that was a blast. You know, I played all my life on and off, and it was like, what am I doing? I'm not playing right now. So I just joined a club, started playing. So it was amazing. So, you know, I love reading books for that because they're motivation to do other things. Right? I'm reading the autobiography of a yogi as well, which is the one that I usually pick at night because it's obviously more mellow and more spiritual, which is a beautiful book as well. And I'm reading another one that is called The Motivation Myth. And it kind of called my name because it was just like different ways of motivation, right? We talked about that before, what motivates you. And he's just breaking some myths about what really actually motivates us as human beings. So I'm finding it very interesting. And that's usually my lunch break book. So I have like different books for different times of the day. It's quite funny. Those are the three that are on my different shelves right now.
I love that. And thank you for sharing those. So, and this is a tip that I often give on the show when I get guests like you giving recommendations. And that is, I wrote, I think 2 of them down. Open by Andre Agassi. Motivation Myth. I think that's the one that would resonate the most for where I'm at right now as far as reading. But I always write them down. And one of the first things I do when the show is over, I go to Audible and I just order it. I don't question it. When someone of high caliber, like Anna comes on a show and you're watching an interview, listening to an interview, and you hear someone like her give recommendations, listen, get those ears big and say, well, if it's impactful for her and she's a successful entrepreneur, then who am I not to read something like that? Why not? It's a great way to learn what is a good read and what is a profound read and what is going to give you results. So Motivation Myth, do you happen to remember the author name on that one?
I don't have it in front of me, but I can share with you at the end if you like.
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Folks just search the Motivation Myth. I'm sure they'll find the one you're talking about. And if not, write me and I'll find out from Anna. Don't bother Anna. She's unless you need to get some online fitness going, then definitely bother her.
That's okay.
Fantastic. So also in the opening, I was talking about all of these phenomenal skill sets that are necessary, to build and develop, maintain, and grow a thriving business. And, you know how it is. It's like you master one skill set, then it's time to master the next. And we just continually move to the next. And you're doing that you've already gone through and developed systems. So kudos for that. And then beyond that will probably be things like leadership for leading a team and helping them using those systems. And it just keeps going. That's what I love about entrepreneurship is it never ends. There's never an end to it. There's always something over the horizon. But as far as skill sets go right now, and see, so what you're doing today may not be the most important skill set that you'll talk about tomorrow or even yesterday. But right now, if you were to choose just 3, skill sets that you deem right now to be the most important skill sets one can have to build and keep a thriving business afloat, what might those be?
That's a good question. I think some of the things that have worked for me, and this might be just more general skills that we all want to possess, but and it's been a lot talked about. But I think the purpose, like having the why, the reason why you're doing what you're doing, there has to be something higher than just the motivation that we were talking about before, right? Of why you wake up in the morning. Is it just to help people, but is it also something for yourself, right? For me, as you read on my bio, I'm very passionate about sustainable communities and creating that kind of tribe of people that are of a common theme and a common goal in regards to health and wellness. And I think that's one of my biggest purpose in life and motivations. And I think that's my why, for doing what I do. And I think you have to find that for yourself. Like, what is it, I think having that is very important. Having the passion, and I know, again, that's been a lot talked about, but if you don't have the passion for what you're doing and your energy is flat and, you're not showing that, people are going to notice it. And then, there's no attraction. There's no business really because we are not creating that energy that a business needs, in order to attract the clients and to grow it. So I think that would be the other one that I feel is important. And then, being a fitness expert, I think endurance is very important, or power. Just have the endurance to just keep going, right? No matter what. Because as I said before, I think sometimes it's just easier to throw the towel and say, okay, I'm done. I give in, I'd rather just get a job and get paid than having to go through all the different things that I have to go as a business owner. It can be in our heads all the time. But I think if you have the endurance to just keep trying and trying, and when something doesn't work, you try it again in a different way and just continue to just endure through it, I think is very important in order to ultimately succeed. Um, I think what you point out as a leadership is extremely important when you have a team. I have a team of 6 trainers right now that I adore working with, and some of the people that support my business. And even though I think I'm an okay leader, it's a skill that I always want to continue building and thinking of people that work with me. I feel like I want to have a conversation with them about what are the things that could be improved. What is the things that they see that we are missing that we can make better. And I think as a good leader, that's what I feel is important to continue growing your team, and keep them happy working with you if that's, what you want. So I'm
Fantastic. I love it all. My goodness. And the why, I love that because it is one of the most important. I mean, yeah, and you said it perfectly. It's something outside of yourself. And it's very important. It's most important that why is something outside of yourself, because the bottom line is we will often do more for others than we will do for ourselves. This is a basic human truth. I have not seen one person who said otherwise, and it's true. And so if you make your why about something else that you're very passionate about, for me personally, that is my wife, because she is my everything. But that doesn't mean every man that's married, their why is going to be their wife. And that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means maybe there was something farther away even than that. Maybe it's a charitable organization. Maybe like, I don't know, something that maybe their mom or dad went through some health crisis and now they're helping an organization that helps with that. It just depends. It's very personal. It needs to be something powerful that you would crawl over broken glass for a mile to keep this business going because of that why. And so I love that. And then endurance, I just kept thinking, I say this all the time, never, ever, 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 ever give up. Ever. Because if you have a mindset of saying, well, I'll try it for a little while, and if it doesn't work, it is not going to work. It just won't. Don't give yourself an out. Just say, I'm going to make this work. There will be adjustments you need to make along the way, right, Anna? I mean, nothing's perfect. You start in this direction and you go, oh, I need to actually make an adjustment and go this way, but not stop and go back. That's the bottom line. Just keep moving. And then leadership. I mean, these are all valuable, valid skills that everyone should have in their business toolbox, in my opinion. And really, all of these, every one of these is really no matter where you are in your business right now. Even if you don't have a team, you're leading yourself, aren't you? And if you can't lead yourself, then how the heck are you going to lead somebody else? What does that mean? Do you have discipline? Can you schedule yourself? Can you be on time to meetings? Can you, all the things that go with leadership if you don't have a team? So start training yourself to be a great leader right now, right away. Those are phenomenal. Thank you for sharing. I told everybody massive value was coming tonight, and you are hitting all the marks. This is phenomenal. Very, very phenomenal. So I was looking for those patterns, those hints. What makes someone successful? Is there a pattern? Is there a recipe? Is there something that someone else can model to then just basically copy it and become successful themselves? Do you believe that such a pattern exists, or maybe more than one pattern exists for people that they could follow to become a successful entrepreneur?
Yes and no. I mean, I think that's a yes and no question. I think there are some things, like you said, right, that for most of us are going to have to be there in order, like the scheduling, the being committed, to your goals, the being able to lead, the being able to have that passion, that purpose. I think there are some things that are common, but I think everybody has to find their own way of doing things that works for them as well. And that's what I found for myself. I think one of the biggest qualities perhaps that I've been told, that I have is persistence. And it's helped me well, it's helped me well. Is the fact that, and I remember, this is kind of a funny story, but if that's okay, I'll share it. When I moved to New York from Spain, originally, I was just working, doing some sales, and I was selling Yellow Pages advertising at the time. I was very young, right before I started doing personal training. And I wanted to get this restaurant, this Spanish restaurant, this particular place that I loved, as part of the advertisers. And I called the owner, and I called the owner, and I called the owner. And then finally he picked up the phone and he's like, the only reason why I'm answering is because of your persistence, you know. And I learned that, you know, it's stuck with me for forever, because I feel like obviously you don't want to bother people, but you know, it's that persistence of doing the things that you know that you really want and that you know you want to get, and then go for them, right? Obviously, always with respect with others, but we became good friends, and then we laughed about it for a long time. And that was my style, right? Doesn't mean that it's gonna work for somebody else, right? So answering your question, that's something that I know that works for me. Persistence is something that I keep doing, that I keep applying, you know, to the way I do my business, to the way I do sales, you know, and everything else around things that might not work, and tweaking them and trying them again, right? For other people, it might be different. There are a lot of I think business trainings that and ways that we believe that we have to do certain things in order to get certain things, right? And I don't really believe that. I believe that for some people it's going to be in a different way than it would be for myself. And I think we have to find a way that first and foremost, actually, we are enjoying what we are doing. Because if you're not having fun, if you're not, you know, having an existence where work becomes pleasurable, it becomes miserable, right? So I think we all have to find out what are the things that I enjoy doing, that are still growing my business, and that are keeping me happy, and go for those, you know?
I agree completely with everything you said. And, you know, I use a metaphor like success is like having a recipe to make a phenomenal cake. Okay, I'm not advocating people make or eat cakes, just to be clear. I'm a fitness guy too, but it's just a metaphor. And so the thing is, how many recipes exist out there in the world that if you follow them to a T, you could literally make a very good, successful cake? Many. And so this is what I tell others that are looking for that secret sauce. What is it that's going to make me successful? And I tell them there are many recipes for success. All you need to do is find one.
Mm.
Follow it. As long as it's proven, as long as it's repeatable, just like a recipe for a cake. And that involves certain other skill sets, doesn't it? It's seeking out and finding that mentor that will mentor you. And I would tell everyone right now, be ready to invest if that's the case. Not if that's the case, that should be the case. You find a mentor and
Yeah.
invest, pay. If you have skin in the game, you are going to do much more. Skin in the game meaning moolah. If you're paying for it, then you will definitely be more apt to finish the race than if you just got somebody to help you for nothing. Be ready, willing, and be excited to pay for that service. But yeah, it's a journey. But if you do find one recipe for success that you're in alignment with, that makes everything that Anna just said, that makes you happy, that you enjoy what you do as a result of this recipe, then go after it with everything you've got, because now you have the certainty to know, well, there's a recipe. It's proven successful. I'm going to follow it now. And now you can pour everything you can into every ingredient that goes into that recipe until you get that successful finished product.
I love that. I love that you use about recipe. I think it's a great way to put it. And thank you for saying about the coaches, actually, because I forgot that piece. But I have to say, I mean, I work with coaches right now. I always have mentors. I've always have people that have propelled me forward and have taught me, you know, a lot of things, and just keeping me accountable, you know, for the things that I really need to get going. So I don't think anybody can do it without that. That's a very, very important piece. So thank you for mentioning that, and just making it be part of that, because I think success without good mentorship, it just doesn't happen, right? We all need that. We all need that.
Yeah, and that's one thing a lot of, especially newer entrepreneurs, don't understand is they did it. They wanted to become an entrepreneur so they could do it on their own. The brutal reality is you're not going to be successful if you do it on your own. It's just the truth. I've tried it. So many have tried it. And for me, the realization was the only thing that was holding me back from getting the help that I knew I needed was that big E word, ego. And that was a huge one. And once I was able to release that, then things started really happening. Once you get out of your own way, I like to say, that's when you can really shine and accept and embrace the help, accept and embrace the feedback. Will it always feel good? No, but that's how you grow. When you grow, there are these things called growing pains. Anybody remember those? Yes, they hurt. And it's okay, because you get to get taller, you get to grow and get bigger, be more closer to an adult. Same is true with business and getting a mentor. Will it all be pain? No. They're going to give you other feedback that you're going to love and say, you did a great job. That's if you have a good mentor. They'll give you some good feedback as well as the things that you need to brush up on. So
No
do you
doubt. And
what's the
just
quality you look for?
I'm sorry?
I was going to say, what's the quality you look for in a mentor, qualities?
Yeah. So, I look for, to be honest, to me, the aspect of the spiritual aspect of things mixed with the business is very important. So somebody that has that also passion and purpose, of help others and have some commitment to that is very important for me, as opposed to just like making money, which is great. And obviously I want to make money myself, but I don't want to put at the top. For me, the purpose, the driving force has to be behind that. And all the coaches that I work with have that, that part that mix a little bit the business with the more spiritual aspect of things, right? And growth. And I was just going to say, when you were talking about that, one of my coaches actually says that business is the most spiritual growth challenge that you're ever going to have, right? It's almost more than a person, because like you well said, you got to get the ego to the side in order to succeed. And you got to let so many things, and it's so challenging in so many ways, right? That it really makes you be a better person, just being a good entrepreneur and a good business person. So yeah, that piece for me is very important. The fact that I'm not just growing as a business owner, but I'm growing as a person as well. And I learn with every client, and I learn with every experience, and with any time that I make mistakes and fall, and every time that I'm celebrating a big success. Yeah. So it's, yeah.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, and if one is comfortable with themselves where they are right now, then that means they are not growing. It's like, I love that I forgot who said this. I love to give credit. It's not from me, but it was to the effect of, get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yes.
And that is getting out of your comfort zone and doing it on a regular basis, not just daily, but intra-daily, all the time, as many times as you can. Get on camera. If that makes you shudder with fear, do it, because it will be good for you and your business and your growth. And you'll be more natural the next time. You'll just be better in all ways. So just do it, and then get that mentor that helps nudge you. That was the key word right there, Anna, was accountability. So have somebody there to check on you, especially in the fitness arena, right? To make sure they're showing up and they're not just going through the motions, but they're actually putting the effort into it to get the most out of it. Why bother showing up if you're not going to put everything you got into it? All that. So yeah, I resonate completely with everything you're saying. So, and appreciate it, definitely. And I like that you're in San Diego. That's where my daughter lives. That's phenomenal. And yes, it's very beautiful there, sunny. The poor thing, we sent her there for college. I know that we're horrible parents. I'm totally kidding. That was an awesome thing.
Yeah, it's terrible. You're such a bad dad.
Oh my goodness. So we got a late start, but we're already there. Can you believe it?
Awesome.
We're like nearing the end, and I don't like that part.
Well, I don't like that we're at the end. I'm glad that we made it, because it's exciting that we actually got to the interview. So I'm very excited. But yeah, I've been enjoying the time. It really flew by. Yeah.
And on that note, so you said it, and I just want to reiterate it, that Anna said one of the most highly important skills that you can have right now is persistence, not giving up. And that is exactly what she exemplified as we were starting this show tonight. I could still see you, and I don't know if you know that there's a little thumbnail I can see, even though you took yourself off of the stage, unless the system did that automatically. I don't know, but I could still see you, and you were still clicking away, still looking for ways to get your microphone going. It was the persistence, the resilience. It's the things I love about this, and the things I love about you is you don't just talk the talk, you also walk the walk. And for anyone looking to get more fit, and we have, I'm going to verify this, make sure I don't say something. So you had a gift to give away as well. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure. And then let's take a little bit of time. I mean, what the heck? We came on late. Let's go a little long. What the heck? If you're okay with that.
I'm sure.
I would love for people to get to know you better. And in doing so, I want them to also know where to find you, where your website is. And just what I'd like, if you don't mind, is give you a moment to just talk about what it is you do exactly and what kind of clientele you help and who would be a perfect fit for you that you could help get them into that next level of their health, fitness, and success in life?
Okay, well, I'll show you my picture there, my website. Yeah, so that's actually the website that right now I rebranded recently, and it's a mindful online gym. So we offer a variety of classes. We have about 20 classes a week now where people can choose from strength training, yoga, Pilates, Qigong, and we have programs and services that include also nutrition. And as we were talking about before, mindset through health coaching and meditation. So I work, and I've worked typically lately mostly with women over 40, but I also love to work with men. So, you know, I'm open to both sexes. It's just women have been more attracted for some reason. And the method of training that we offer is very safe and effective. And it works with a reasonable amount of time. So you don't have to really be working out every day. Unless you want to, you can do it less frequently and still get the same results. Recently, I just launched my first group teacher training. So I'm teaching on my technique, which is called Mindful Online Workouts, to other trainers. So we can continue helping more people with this technique get stronger and more fit. And yeah, my gift is I would like to invite everybody in your audience to and yourself too, if you'd like to a complimentary strategy session, what I call a getting shape session. And usually the value for that is $125, but I love to do it for free for your audience. Anybody that is interested. During that session, we talk about, you know, what are your needs, what are the struggles, the things that you are looking to get help with. At the very least, I will give you a tip to help you move forward with your goals, and then we can decide if we are a good fit to work together or not. So that's my gift to your audience. And again, if anybody would like to do that, you can just simply go to mindfulonlinegym.com, and I can also give my number, which is 646-286-6264. And as another way, on my website, you also see that I offer free classes, free workouts. So if you want to just try out one workout instead of on a group setting, instead of just meeting privately with me, that's also there as an offer when you enter my website. So,
all right. So I just go to enter, click here, and go from there.
Yeah, Mindful Online. You can actually go to Mindful Online Workouts. I think you're on my old website because when we first met, you had the old one, but mindfulonlinegym.com, and then you'll see right as you get in the website that you will be invited to a free workout or to schedule a consultation with me as well. You can absolutely do that.
Mindfulonlinegym.com?
Mindful Online Gym, exactly. Yeah, and all our programs are online right now. Mindful Online Gym. Yeah.
I'm trying to type, click a mouse, talk.
I know a lot, and I know today you're having a lot of challenges with me, Brian. Sorry.
Oh, it's not you. It's not you. There we go. There we go.
That's great.
Mindful Online Gym. I think that's right. Yes, good. I've got the right website banner, so that is on the screen. So it's mindfulonlinegym.com. For those of you listening on podcast audio, you want to pull the car over, get out the notepad, and write this down, mindfulonlinegym.com. And from there, so how would they get this free consultation that you're offering? Is it from this website?
They can just go at the bottom of the page. You see that you will pop up that free class. They can actually just go and sign up if they would like a free class instead. And then if you go to the bottom of the page as well, what is going to ask you for the free class, you can just do that. Or you can just put your information there and just tell me, I want to be connected with you.
Okay.
Yeah, another way of doing it at the top, which might be easier actually, is just going to the top and to the left hand corner. You see that button at the top where they can click on to schedule a consultation as well. There's a circle at the top where they can go to do that.
Oh, right here?
Right there. You got it.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah,
fantastic. Nice.
And that's another way to schedule.
Yeah. That's phenomenal. $125 value. Thank you for making that offer to our tribe here, the Mind Body Business Show. And that is phenomenal. And for the rest of you, also mentioned that I was going to show you a way, if you stayed on live to the end, which I still see there are people here, good for you, that there will be a way for you to enter to win a 5-night stay at a 5-star luxury resort compliments of the biginsidersecrets.com. My good buddy Jason Nast and his company offer that for us to give away every single show. So get ready, and you're going to follow the instructions that you see on the screen. I'll also verbalize them. What you want to do, you now have our permission to take your gaze away from the screen if you need to open up your browser, and you want to go to the following web address. It's ryp.im/vacation, all lowercase, ryp.im/vacation. Go ahead, just head on over there, type in your name, your email address, and your cell number, and you will be entered to win. And we pick one winner every single show. Again, compliments of thebiginsidersecrets.com. And now back to the woman of the hour, the very persistent and resilient one, Ana Nieto. She is amazing, and you can all tell that by our wonderful interview here tonight. My goodness. There is one final question I like to ask every guest, Ana, and I found it to be very profound. I just did it once and thought, wow, what an answer. And then I did it again, and I'm like, okay, I'm keeping with this. It's an amazing question. It's a powerful question, and it can be personal, but don't worry, it's not that kind of deep personal thing. So I'll just help you out with it. When it comes to the time that I asked the question, Ana, there is no such thing as a wrong answer. It doesn't exist.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Only the opposite, the exact opposite is true. The only correct answer is yours. It's unique to you. That is the only thing that makes it personal, just to clear the air on that. So you can kind of sigh relief. And then now I know the curiosity is just crushing you right now, and that's good. So are you ready for the big questione of the night?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Ana Nieto, how do you define success?
Definition of success. That's a great question. For me, definition of success is definitely getting myself out of the way and allowing something that is much bigger than myself showing me the way. So just going with the flow, receiving the messages, trying not to push too hard, trying not to just do things because the mind is asking me to do, but just really feel, that deep inside, my intuition is telling me that that's the way to go. I think that for me is success, and not just success, but also happiness and excitement, in everything that I do.
Wonderful. That is a bomb dropping moment. Yeah, I normally have a graphic with that, but we're having other issues as we go through on this wonderful show tonight. So it would show smart bombs of wisdom, and other things that are being dropped onto the screen at that moment. So phenomenal show. And I so appreciate your resilience, your flexibility, your professionalism, your patience. I mean, I could go on all night. That just told me, I learned so much about you before we even went live on the show than most people would learn in a long time. And they were all good things. So I appreciate you for being the perfect example for others, not just by what you say, but also in your actions. And so kudos to you for putting in the work to become the amazing person you have become.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. And it has been a wonderful fun time. And now we made it. We made it to the end. Unbelievable. Yes. Pat on the backs and high fives and all that. All right. On behalf of the amazing Ana Nieto, I am Brian Kelly, the host of the Mind Body Business Show. Until next time we meet in about a week, we'll see you then. So long and be blessed, everyone. Take care and bye-bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to the Mind Body Business Show podcast at www.themindbodybusinessshow.com. My name is Brian Kelly.